Hey guys, how you doing? Gavin Timms here with REI Network. Welcome back for another episode. I'm back in Savannah. I'm back in my home office. It's been a while. Maybe I already did. I do one. I think I might have done the last one from the office actually. But this one, I'm also coming in from Savannah as well. I've been traveling over the last 4 months. I have been in California, Florida, 2 or 3 times. I've been to Georgia. I've been to Mexico. I've been to the UK. It's been a little wild, but it's been good. Still working the business, still operating, and that's why I do what I do. So it gives me that flexibility to be able to travel and do all the things that I get to do. So hopefully some of you are doing that as well, or you're trying to do whatever your goals are. Just keep plugging away and making sure that you're following people and that you like and you're implementing. That's the main thing, right? Taking massive action, getting something that you like, stay disciplined to it, take massive action, get away from the shiny objects, build a solid foundation to actually get results. And that's what you should all be doing. Okay. There's so many opportunities out there and they're not missed, right? It's all about turning opportunities down sometimes if you can't fulfill and deliver. I have some opportunities, come to me that I have to turn down. And sometimes it's just because I can't do it. I can't fulfill on as good as it is. And the opportunity is great. Something else has got to give up, or else I just get busier. And if it doesn't align with what I'm trying to do, unfortunately, I have to turn it down. So yeah, you don't want to, you don't want to be doing that. Okay. But what I want to talk about today, I think is really, really important. It's how to have a successful VA team. A VA, a virtual assistant, is going to be one of the first hires that you do and that you need in your business. Especially if you're a sole entrepreneur, you're new to the business, whether you're seasoned, whether you're doing everything on your own, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that you're going to need to start outsourcing, right? I just did an event with Joe a few days ago. It was about, we called it the Mad Boot Camp. It was about marketing, automation, and delegation. Okay. And the first way to start that in that delegation process is hiring a good virtual assistant. And that could be for admin and it could be for cold calling, one of them two things. All right. And that's why you need one, because it's all about where is your time being spent in this business. It needs to be on a high dollar an hour activity, i.e. one of these, which is the phone. Okay. You should be having marketing coming in. Okay. You should be outsourcing your marketing so it's happening for you. Leads are coming in, leads are being worked from VAs. Whether it's cold calling or you've got direct mail, whatever it is that you're doing, that is automated, that is happening for you. Then it comes into that into the system where you can then get on the phone, okay, make your calls, make your offers, and get them on follow up until you get that contract and get it closed. Okay, so that's where a good virtual assistant is going to step in. A virtual assistant is probably going to cost you around $5 an hour if you're going to hire them yourself. If you're going to go to a company to do it for you, you're probably going to be looking near at $8 an hour and up, depending on their skill level. Okay. Now, if you're going to go and hire your own, which I do recommend, as long as you get the key things right that I'm going to talk about today. And even if you could get someone else to do it, you should still really be doing these things. So let's say that I am going to go to Upwork. Okay, my accent, that's upwork.com. There is several other ones that you can go to, but Upwork is good because it tracks their time. They do take a percentage, but you can run your ads. You can run your job ads there. You can hire from there. You can pay through there. So it is a good start. There's also Virtual Staff Finder, VAPH. I mean, there's so many. There's so many that you could do and find that it's insane. Okay, but when we get on there, let's just say Upwork, you're going to go and run an ad. Your ad, to me, is very simple. It does not need to be complicated. Just list the things that you're looking for. Now, you might be going, well, I don't know what I'm looking for. So when you're in the business, you need to analyze as you go through all your tasks and say to yourself, is this an activity that I should be doing, or is it something that I can outsource? Okay. And that is how you're going to build your list. So for instance, cold calling VA. Right? If I'm going to run an ad, it's going to say something like looking for an experienced cold caller that's been cold calling for 1 to 2 years, that's got great English. Real estate is not a must, but would help. It could be that simple, and then people will apply. Okay. Then what you're going to do is people apply. You're then going to send another message back and say, hey, could you please send me a 1-minute recording telling me about yourself. Okay. So that's your message back to everyone that applies. Let's say 50 apply, 25 will do it. Maybe, probably not even that. All right. What that does then is that you actually get to listen to their voice before you actually have any further conversations with them. When you listen to the voice and they sound good because it's for cold calling, then you will narrow it down and then you'll go, hey, can we schedule a time to talk? And what you're doing then is you're listening from, okay, this sounded great on recording. Well, on recording, we could do it 100 times to get it really good. So the next phase of that hire would be, how do they interact with you? Okay, if it's cold calling, they need to be a bit more on the fly, a bit more conversational, less robotic, all of them things. Now you're going to get that in the interview. And then if not, and then you're going to ask them, so you know what softwares. One thing I did miss on that, by the way, is that I want them to be able to use a dialer or have been on a dialer before. And if they've been on one dialer, they can use them all. If you're using Batch, okay, for instance, which is if you want a code for that for a 7-day free trial, you want to go to batchdialer.com/Gavin. You'll get a free 7-day trial to test that out. Or you could be using Mojo. So you could list that in the ad as well. But once you get them in, you've listened to the recordings, you then set up an interview. If they sound good, they interact. Then it's time, get the show on the road. Let's get them going. And then let's monitor them from there. And I'm going to come back to that in a minute. Same with the admin side. You're going to list the tasks. Hey, I need you to be in this. You've got to be good with technology. I need you to update notes. I need you to send offers out. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And you're going to list all them things. And it's the same process. This time on the admin side, you want to probably give them a little task and a challenge. You know, you could say something like, hey, I want you to send me an email to this email address. In the subject line, it wants to say this. I want you to put a smiley face in the subject line. And then I want you to say something. I want you to tell me a little bit about yourself in the email at the bottom of the email. I want you to give me another smiley face at the end. It could be as silly as that, but what that tells you is that they're actually paying attention and they can follow instruction and direction. It doesn't have to be a smiley face, but you get the point. Give them something in the subject line, in the email that they have to do, because you want to know that they're actually reading this, paying attention to what you're doing. So again, these applications come in. What's going to happen is no smiley face, no smiley face, no smiley face. You're going to narrow it down to the ones that actually pay attention. The other thing as well you could do with the admin is speed. How quickly can they do something efficiently as well? So you could test that in that interview process. But I wasn't going to talk about much about the hiring, because hiring is one thing, and you can only do so much with people out of the country where, yeah, they sound good, they seem good, let's go. And then it's what are you going to do with them moving forward is what's going to get you the success. Okay, so once they come on board and they start, the first thing that you need to do is not spend hours with them trying to train them. What you need to be doing is go through your day-to-day, whether it's you as a cold caller, whether it's you, and the cold callers are a little easier because you just input in lists. If they've already got experience, they're ready to go. But it's more on the admin, right? So let's say you make the offer, you look at comps this way, this is how you send the offer, this is how you update your notes. All the things that you do, you need to record yourself doing it. So you're going to use loom.com, LOOM.com. You're going to use Loom. You're going to record your screen and you're going to talk over what you're doing just how you would. Okay, so you're no fancy training. You don't need to be on video. You're going to share your screen, and you don't even need to reference the name, because then this training is going to be used for further purpose. Okay, so you don't have to go, hey, John, blah, 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 or hey, Sally, blah, blah, blah. You're just going to say, hey, this is what I need you to do, and so on. So what you're going to do, let's say you're in the CRM, you'll say, okay, guys, so when the lead comes in, it's going to populate here. When I have made the call, I'm going to send you a Voxer and give you the notes. When you've got these notes, if you click on this tab here, I want you to put the notes in and then save them. Then you're going to have to, whatever I said in the Voxer, you're going to have to create a task for me. Here is the task button, and this is how you do it. And then the last thing you must do is change the status, because as you can see here, this is a new lead. And then I need to, you're going to, whatever I told you in that Voxer, you're going to go to a follow-up or make an offer and so on. Okay. So that's how I want you to do it. And then let me know if you have any questions on this, and I can go in further detail. Done. So on that section, you have a 2-minute video saying exactly what they need to do. That is part of their training. Next, the next thing that you have to do, hey, when I send an offer, I go here, I go to DocuSign, I upload it, I put the numbers in, whatever it is, you create that video. Done. That is now your training for your VA. And the good thing is that we have training. If you're part of my group, you can have our training, but there's something to be said to do it the way you want it in your system with your leads. Okay. And they're doing it exactly how you want. And that's really, really important. So make sure you're doing that. Now, what's going to happen is when you hire the VA, they're going to go through that training. And then the key is they need to then show you how to do it. So as I would say, hey, Dave, look, I'm going to send you this training. I want you to go over it a couple of times. I want you to practice it, and then let me know when you're ready. And then we'll go over it. Okay, cool. I'm ready. We get on Zoom or Skype or whatever you're going to use. And then I say, right, here's a new lead. I want you to show me what you're going to do. And here's the details. Show me what you're going to do. Right. And then go from there, and then see if make sure they can do it. Now, if they can show you how to do it, they understand it. So the thing is, especially in the Philippines, they're a pleasing culture. So they want to please you. So they will say, yes, they understand when they don't understand. So you need to make sure that they can explain that back to, they can explain it back to you so you understand it, right? Or so you know that they understand it. So you're going to be able to then move forward. All right. So that's really, really important to make sure you do that. Then what happens is now you've got these training videos. So you hire the next VA, you have the training videos. That VA doesn't work out and you hire another one, you have the training videos. So you've already logged your training one time. So you can't do it where you're sitting at the computer for 3 hours a day, showing them what to do. It doesn't work. You haven't got time. You've got to be on that phone. You've got to be making money. You've got to be putting deals together and getting checks to keep the business, right? Not, oh, I had 3 hours, my VA, it was a really good session. No. And start now. Maybe you're watching this and you don't have a VA and you're working. Start recording your stuff, okay? So you can be prepared and it's done. And then once it's done once, unless anything changes, there's the training. All right, so that's if they leave. Now, let's say then you've got one solid cold caller, you got one solid admin. Now, what you need to do then is the next time that you bring someone on, if they're good and they're going to be assisting them, you get your current VA to train the other VA. Okay, so you can now start to tier people up, and you have to have the right VA first, right, for this to work. But you'll start to elevate your VA. And then the other VAs will sit under that, and then they will kind of be like the manager, right? And then they will report in accordingly. Then your manager will then track their hours, make sure that they check on them, check their dials, check that they're doing their work on the admin side. Whatever it is that you're doing, they're going to be checking. Now, the biggest thing where virtual assistants don't work, okay, this is really important and it's very simple, is communication, all right? You have to be at a minimum, communicating with your VA at the start and at the end of the shift. At a minimum, okay? Ideally throughout the day, okay? Especially your admin. Cold callers, not so much because you can track the numbers. Especially admin. How's it going? Do you need anything? Very simple communication skills. This does not take a long time. Well, however you're communicating with them, pick WhatsApp, Skype, Voxer, text message, whatever it is, right? Pick one. Slack. Pick one, communicate there. Hey, good morning. How you doing? Have a good day. You have any questions before you start? No. You know what you need to do? Yeah, perfect. Hey, how's it going today? How's everything going? It's great. Thank you. Or, hey, I could say, hey, update me at lunchtime. Let me know if you need anything. I'm busy today. But if you need something, make sure you reach out. So we're moving forward. Okay. Again, that communication piece. The other thing that I always do as well that builds fantastic rapport with the VAs is let them make decisions. So I will say, like for Rod, for instance, my lead VA, Rod, amazing. I will say to him, hey, Rod, what do you think we should do? Is there anything that you think we should change? Is there a better system that we should be using? Is there a better process that you see that I'm not seeing? I give them a voice. It doesn't matter if they're pay, give them the voice, because if you give them the voice, they're going to be honest with you, and you're going to know when you need to pivot, change, do more training, whatever that may be. And it's going to change the game because they will not do that. So, and sometimes I have to go, if you were me, Rod, what would you do? And sometimes I'll phrase it like that. Well, I would do this. Okay, let's do that. I'm in. And then he's made the decision. You've gave him the power to make the decision. And it's sometimes it's silly things that I could do a spreadsheet. Hey, I want you to do this. And I'll say, what do you think? Oh, and they'll say, no, yeah, we can do that. And I'll say, hey, real quick, is there a better way we can do this to get the same outcome? Well, maybe. Well, what would you do? Well, this here and this, and if we change that, it's going to work this out, and then we'll get the same out, but it'll just be faster. Right, done. Let's do it your way. I'm in, right? Because what happens, guys, is that if you're controlling in the business, you are the bottleneck. If you make all the decisions, you are the bottleneck. So guess what happens? Everyone downs tools because they're waiting on you because you're the decision maker. If I've got the VA to build the spreadsheet, if I've got the VA to do this, this, and this, you ain't going to come to me to fix it because it's your spreadsheet. So I don't know, you built it. So you're going to have to figure it out. Make sense? So you can, as long as I'm getting the results and the numbers and the figures or whatever it is that I need, how we get there doesn't matter to me. All right. Because these guys are smart. They're smart. They have degrees, engineers, like they run circles. Like Rod on an admin base runs circles around me. Like circles, guys, honestly. Is absolutely unbelievable. And he now runs in my business, he runs all the other VAs. So under him, I have like 4 cold callers. They work with, a couple of partners as well. A lot of my coaching clients, and he runs it all. Okay. And he has the decision. So I meet with him and he makes the decisions on everything. If he wants to get rid of someone, and I'll say, okay, you sure? Yeah. All right. Well, you do it then. Right. I'm good with that because you're running it. I'm not coming in and stopping people firing or hiring because you have the pulse on it, because I've built that trust over the years. He's been with me to make them decisions. Okay. And if you get this right through communication, training, okay, giving them authority, letting them have a voice, don't shout at them if they make a mistake, because then you'll lose everything very quickly and they'll shut back down, because that's how they're normally treated. So even if they make a mistake, it's no problem. Hey, next time, why don't we do it like this? Well, let's do it this way, right? Let's have a conversation about it. Well, good job. Give them praise, bonus them, right? Give them bonuses. All these things that make a massive difference. People like loyal people, and they are loyal if you're loyal to them. Trust me. My VAs, I've had some of them for over 5 years. Okay. Which is insane. And why? Because I treat them right. No one's big, no one's higher than others. I'm on the same level as them when I'm in a conversation. It's not me as the owner, the boss, whatever. It's not. And that's through my whole team. I give my team, my US team, authority to tell me, no, we're not doing it like that. We're going to do it like this because this is why. I tell them that because I know how I am. I am an action taker. I make decisions very quickly. I don't want to overthink it. I don't want to look at 10 different things. I don't want to do it all official. I want to go now. Let's roll. And sometimes that's great. And sometimes it's like, no, we can't do that. We're not going to do that. And this is how we're going to do it. And then I'll go, all right, fine, we'll do it your way then. Right? Because and I tell them to do these things. Like I go, look, when I hire people, I'm like, look, if you don't agree with me, you tell me. Like, and it, because I'll say, like, even to Lauren sometimes, right? I will be like, I got to get something done with the accounts. I hate doing accounts and taxes and all that. Now, who does like doing it, right? So we'll have a date that we need to do something on, and I'll tell her, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I can move that call or do anything but that at that time, I'm going to do it. I need you to make sure, I'm telling you now, that I'm on that call. Under no circumstances can I move that call, because I know when I get near it, I'm going to try and like say, oh, I'm busy, I got to do this or I got to do that. And I'm going to try and get out of it. I know myself, and we've got to get it done because it's important. make sure I'm on that call, right? That's probably a silly example, but you understand that you have to give that authority out because I'm on the same level, right? They don't work for me, they work with me, all right? That's how I treat all of them. They work with me, okay? And it's just different ways. And if you can be a good communicator, I'm telling you, you can have a badass VA team that runs the show at a very affordable rate. Like I said, I probably work with 5, 6, 7 VAs doing different things over 2 different businesses. And they're all great, you know. And if you look at the cost, it's like for one and a half American full time. You know what I mean? To have 7 people, it's insane. If you get it right, you're going to explode your business, and that's what we do in the coaching, right? We put them together in the coaching. We do the hire for you. We hire your admin. We hire your cold callers. We help make sure they're trained to fast track that, and then you just need to focus on good communication for moving forward. All right, guys. Well, look, hopefully this helped. I thought it was good. Drop me a line, give me a like, make sure you subscribe. If you're interested in working with me, send me an email, support@reinetwork.com, support@reinetwork.com. Let's have a conversation, see how we can help you. If not, keep watching, and I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.